Welcome back to the GSL Code S. We just had a fantastic best of 3 here. Innovation, unfortunately, for the sake of Terran, did not perform as hoped for.
Yeah, he didn't win. Hero played it very, very well. Innovation lacked a little bit there in the Supreme Late Game TVP, but still has his shots. He's going to play against one of these two guys, against either Leenock or Squirtle, two of our most old-school players in all of GSL.
Yeah, these guys are basically StarCraft II GSL fixtures. They've been around since the very, very beginning. Leenock, we've casted so many of his games. He's such a solid Zerg. He's one of these guys, even if he's stuck on low base, he's still fine.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best low econ Zerg players in the world.
Absolutely.
He's just such a talent, such a force. He's won so many tournaments around the world. Not quite a GSL, almost. Had a very close and good match against Jockji in the finals once. Once upon a time, long, long ago, in a galaxy far away.
I'd almost forgotten about that match.
It was one of my favorites ever. This guy also second place in the GSL Code S to
MVP.
To MVP. A really
final
fantastic
game,
series.
that double racks in the middle of the map.
Oh yeah. MVP, balls of steel.
Yeah, balls of titanium alloy.
Balls made out of Wolverine's skeleton.
Oh my god, that is so good. You are adamantium? Is that what a skeleton's made out of?
Well, no, I mean, you could also make them out of adamantium, but specifically his balls are made out of Wolverine's skeleton. Okay? Because that's much harder to get.
That's
Logan doesn't lie down and let you just take his bones to make balls.
Looks like there's been a small delay here. We'll be starting this match hopefully soon. Occasionally there's like a sound problem, something like that that's going on. So as soon as the players are ready, we'll get this game going.
It's going to be a lot of fun here. I can't wait to see in what type of shape Leenock is in, because he was talking about how he's practiced really hard for this. He really wants to do well this season. And if Leenock says that, I think you can absolutely believe it and trust that he is going to be a force.
He's got very good work ethic.
Yeah.
And, let's keep in mind here, too, no matter who loses in this group, it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
whoever gets knocked out.
These are all fan favorites that you want to see go far.
Yeah. Right now, I'm thinking Leenock probably takes out Squirtle. I think Squirtle's very good. Squirtle has, for a long time, almost been the complete package, but just doesn't always have that.
He's a little bit off.
He's a little bit off.
Something a little bit not perfect about it.
He's even said before, he says, my unit control isn't the best. Yeah. Although I think when I watch him play, I think he looks pretty good.
Well, he's got parting envy, so that's an issue.
Got parting envy?
Yeah, you look at parting, you're like, I'll never micro wow.
Parting has got the best micro in the business.
Yeah.
That guy can control so well. I loved in the interview when he won the very first WCS, and he's like, well, this build I do can't be beaten if I just control right.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you ever hear a pro gamer actually say that?
Not very often.
Yeah.
Takes someone like Parting to actually even say that.
He's like, my build is basically broken and you can't stop it as long as I micro perfectly, and my micro is the best.
Yeah.
So I should win.
Well, he's shown us this season already that that's kind of true with him.
It's funny because so much of StarCraft II does boil down to macro, but then when you look at someone like Parting, you're like, God, you really make these units, get the value out of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
we just saw him do this recently with those Immortals and the drops against the Zerg with the Zealots coming in there.
The Mothership Core?
Yeah.
Against Terran, like what? How many Marines did he end up killing?
That Mothership Core, when it came out, it looked like it was moving on a longboard, man. Like the way it was like turning and coming out. It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
So, by the way, we have not been notified as to what exactly the delay is. It does look like all the players are still in their boots. So
you know what we got to do? You got to be like the guy who figures out the delay. You're like, hold on, guys. You take binoculars and you turn around and try to figure it out.
I got a telescope out like this.
You're reading his lips, but the thing is, you're reading it in English. You're like, what is this sentence that he's saying? I'm not really sure, guys. It seems like Parting's had a stroke here.
That's so funny. Well, again, though, I do hope we can get this game going. I don't know why we've had a delay. Normally get notified for something like this. So
that's okay.
Sit tight.
I don't even want to know, Tasteless. I like the unknown.
You like the unknown?
Yeah,
some
I like
things are
having
better
no
off
idea.
not knowing.
I like it when, we've had these times where, like, we don't know what's going on. We fill for, like, 45 minutes.
What is the longest we've ever filled for?
I think it was, like, around 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
I think it was in a World of Tanks match.
But we've also done stuff overseas.
Yeah, we've done some crazy ones overseas.
Somebody needs to replace the computer in that booth and then install StarCraft on it and get it updated. Yeah. So we're just still talking.
But I guess the longest here, I think, was a World of Tanks match once where like the game just never started. It just like it actually
went on and on
it was
and
like
on.
45 minutes before game 1 started.
Yeah.
It was like really a long time.
We kept it going though.
Of course we did.
That moment specifically.
Of course we did. Oh my God.
I was like, we did do it.
We're like the Globetrotters, but we don't travel with the basketball.
We're like the Globetrotters of talking.
Yes.
Well, we saw Innovation lose that first best of 3. I'm really wondering if he's actually going to get out of this group now.
He definitely still can.
Squirtle and Leenock are very, very good. And
yeah, but Squirtle is no hero. And Innovation generally has been known for his TVZ, not his TVP. So I feel like both these guys are definitely people he can beat.
He was definitely winning the most when he was up against these Zergs with these pushes where he just did not die.
When Hellbats were that good, yeah. That's exactly when he was winning the most.
But, God, if Innovation doesn't get out of this group, I mean,
that's one Terran.
This is really scary. That's one Terran in the round of 16. Okay, it looks like we're having a login problem here for Squirtle.
Oh, well.
That's not good.
It's hard to type your password correctly with little turtle feet, that's for sure.
Going back, though, to the Innovation thing, if he doesn't win here, I mean, Maru, the only Terran, that's going to suck so hard if he actually loses in the round of 16, Maru.
He won't,
I don't think he will, but
he'll probably just win the season. Be like, Terran's so
well,
easy,
that also,
God.
Artos, as a nice spin, would be the best thing out of all the stories possible to come out of a GSL is if you have just one Terran left.
No, screw it. Just give me another Protoss champion.
All Protoss.
That's what I'm looking for.
I'm really hoping for the PvP Final Four. That's ooh, I'm really banking on that.
Always fun.
Yeah. But, man, Terran in Code S, dude, just having a hard time.
Certainly they are, but they'll come back. You know, there is like a new patch that's probably going to come out soon, fixing the Hellion to Hellbat transformation thing, and also fixing some ZVZ issues, it looks like. I was looking at that earlier today. But, you know, overall, Terrans have been doing better now. In fact, a lot of the top Pro League players are Terran players.
You know, the problem, though, for Terrans in the GSL is you still have to go through this whole complex process of even getting into Code S.
Yes, that's the problem.
That's tournament.
That's where it starts to look really bad.
Welcome to the studio, guys.
Yeah. Look at them. I'm looking down the road. Does anyone have earbuds to listen to English? They don't. I'm just going to make fun of them. Like, you guys are dummies. Yeah.
You know, if you guys do come down here, you can get in free. And right at the front desk, you can get a little headset.
Yeah.
And see.
Or you could
us or hear us.
Take a poster and make a poster. You write, like, I love Leenock and taste
the game's starting. All right, we're safe.
And or you could turn it into a cone and hold up to your ear to
That's
try
what
to hear
I thought
us.
you were going to say. They're going to go with the cone.
Well, I wanted to open with something else and transition into that, but I screwed up the build order and the joke just fell flat.
Sorry,
so I won't be advancing the round of 16.
All right, our map is going to be Way Station for game number 1 here between Leenock and Squirtle. Loser picks the next map. It's a best of 3. And the winner here will go off to face Hero.
Yeah, it's a very tough match. I'm excited to see how Leenock's going to play. This is one of the most exciting things for me in this group is how good is this kid right now.
Yeah.
After he's practiced that hard for this.
Yeah, and overseas as well.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going into our next game here in our second best of 3. Leenock against Squirtle here at the GSL Code S. In the bottom left, in the red, he is
Yo Flash Wolves Leenock, 이동영.
And his opponent here in the upper right, he is
I am Squirtle, 박현우.
Do you like Squirtle better with or without the glasses?
Without, man. Look at those eyes.
You know what I feel like happened when he got rid of his glasses? You remember Final Fantasy 1 when everyone just aged up suddenly when you went to that one guy?
Oh, yeah.
And they all looked older? I feel like
bam,
that happened
puberty's
to him.
done.
It's like, oh, look,
it's like
Squirtle's an adult.
It's like when Link gets bigger in Zelda.
You know what? It's like he evolved into War Turtle.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are a poet.
Well, War Turtle is actually the first evolution of Squirtle.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Because normally when you say that I'm a poet, it's that I wasn't even aware of it.
Well, we have the Protoss scouting now. It is Forge first. There's a possibility of a cannon rush here. This is really popular nowadays.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. There she blows. Oh!
Look at that.
Ro.
Does he send a second probe?
Well, I'm looking at the base. He has
Probably not.
Probably not.
Of course.
Well, actually, he does.
Yeah, no, I thought he would actually. I don't know why I said not.
Well,
okay, well, he popped it out with the cannon, which is absolutely fantastic. Probably going to throw a pylon on the high ground. Yeah. Now, do you pull probes to try to stop that? Probably not.
Drones, yeah. Well, let's see how far he goes across the map. This is a problem because not only does that cannon deny the expansion, but it also screws up the circulation at the ramp.
Oh, yeah.
Which Zerg hate.
And I think he might put a cannon on high ground as well, because if he doesn't, then the Queen is, like, just going to kill the pylon and then kill everything else. Look at that. 5 pylons. Look at his supply. 18 of 50. Wow. Learn to macro Squirtle.
Yeah, let's see if he actually makes his next cannon here. I totally agree with you, Artosis. I mean, he needs to have that cannon up there. Or the Queen will just, you know, make quick work of this.
Yeah, I think he just wanted the cannon at home first, and he will make this.
Yep. He's definitely hovering over that probe. There's the cannon now.
Okay.
This
Queen
is
can
so
still
annoying.
Get that, I think. But anyways, I mean, this is very annoying indeed. But he is making a third base.
A second base.
Yeah,
over
at
third.
the third base.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, tasteless. Please don't tell the bosses. I would have liked to see him go over and try to cannon that other base. And look, yeah, another base. He is taking a third. See? I'm just in the future. You're lagging.
Well, from here, Protoss gets a double gases. He's going to get a core pretty soon. And then there's a lot of different tech options. So the Zerg's playing from this fundamental disadvantage. The Zerg has to figure out how to deal with this this ramp disaster with the cannons here. Is that a third cannon? Damn, that's annoying. And the reason why this is so annoying is since he can't go up and down his ramp, he can't transfer drones as easily.
Yeah, and he can't really join up any units either until he deals with all those cannons, and it's quite a few cannons. Like 3 cannons, it's pretty crazy. He is getting speed at the moment, continuing to mine gas. I think he's going to jump into a lair, but he could go into roaches. I would really doubt a Baneling nest. That would really surprise me if he went for that. I think he's going to go lair. You know, and that's going to allow him both to get roach speed, which is important, and, of course, a possible Nidus. Not sure if he's going to use that or not.
Nidus wouldn't be a bad choice either, I think.
Yeah.
Considering the situation he's in, that's a great way to punish the Protoss, because Protoss is also doing a lot of catch-up after the cannon rush, too. I mean, Protoss is in a lead, but he's not doesn't have that tech he would normally want to have out yet. So here we see the Stargate now making. And one other nice thing about having the cannons at the ramp is you know if the Zerg is going to all-in you or attack you way before it happens, so you don't need as many cannons.
Now, we do have a Spinecrawler building, so he's just going to use that to kill off the pylon and the cannons and everything like that. So a pretty cost-efficient way to deal with this, but it certainly has slowed him, as you said. Layer on the way? I wonder. Could we possibly see like a Ling Baneling all-in? One nice thing about this map and doing all-ins in ZVP is that the Nexus cannon doesn't actually reach the wall.
That's a very good point, Artosis. Well, it's important to keep in mind if he does hold a Ling Baneling all-in, let's say the Lings and the Banelings came from the expansion, he does not have drones then at that expansion, which means Protoss just wins in the long run.
Yeah. All right, so an Oracle on the way. A really good choice, I would say. I really like him opening Oracle here. There's no real reason to go Phoenix. Oracle will do good against any sort of Ling all-in or even Banelings. And, you know, you can follow up with Phoenixes if you really want, but also you can go into Void Rays to stop possible Roach all-in. So, like, this is a good way to cover a lot of bases.
Yeah. Spinecrawler continuing to leap forward here and just start to wipe out the remainder of this. Oh, this is cute. He's just going to run over here with the probe. And
You got it.
This is annoying. I don't know if this is worth it, but that's a pretty cute idea there. Okay, so the Oracle's now going to come out here while he still cranks out some more and more Void Raids.
Well, it looks like this Oracle going to be able to get a lot of drone kills. Only 2 Queens over here. The second one coming a little bit late. 3 kills so far. Definitely a possibility to get some more.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, that pylon actually was not needed.
I think I was like, oh, is the cannon actually going to get that? But Close call, though. I mean, I see the idea there.
All right, so Void Ray on the way as well as a Warp Prism. He does know that it is a 3-base Zerg he's against. Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh. Oracle comes up here and takes out the rest of that, though.
Oh, boy. Look at that.
Ouch. 7 kills now. Nicely done.
If that was Parting's Oracle, he also would have killed all those drones. All right, so
Colossus tech is starting up here, and it looks like Protoss might take the island here. Leenock needs to. Does he have a lair yet? Can he dunk?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he could just dunk Creep there. Protosses are doing this a lot, by the way.
it's kind of a cool way to go about things. You know, your opponent is not going to be able to stop this because you're going Void Rays, and that third is really tight up close to your natural main. So your Void Rays are going to be nearby unless they're specifically out with a Mothership Core to try to harass.
Yeah.
So it should be like a pretty safe third. That's not one that I would want to try to break as Zerg right now, that's for sure.
What's nice about it, too, is you don't need those additional cannons or the Wallen or anything there.
Yeah, not really.
Cover it, so.
Like, you might eventually put some cannons there if you think he's going to go for some mutas, but other than that, like, yeah, just leave it naked.
Well, Leenock is up and running on his 3 bases with 60 drones there.
Going for a Spire. Okay, so the Spire, I guess he wants to go into mutas from here. And the thing
I think 100% he wants to go into mutas.
Yeah, like, if he's getting the Spire to go for Corruptors, then I've got an issue with that, because when I see people go Corruptor
this is a great move here, because the Protoss has to defend his main and also the island.
Yeah, yeah.
And the mutas, of course, can attack both of those or defend, and it complements the whole army really nicely. And he's going to get a 4th base here, too. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I like that, especially considering he is going for Mutalisk tech.
Yeah, well, this is smart because he puts pressure over here on the entrance. Oh my god, he actually got the Mothership Core. Now he's going to get the Forge.
See, he thought he was Parting. Parting would have killed all those. No, but that was definitely a mistake to lose that Mothership Core. That's pretty rough. Now he scouts that there's a Spire. That's actually really good for him. Squirtle should probably add another Stargate, I would say.
Dude, I think Leenock might just break this, man. This is a lot of Lings and Hydras.
I don't think so. I think he'll hold on because he has a Colossus out.
Oh, I didn't see the Colossus.
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
With 2 sentries and 3 cannons, I think that attacking in here would be, like, really not a good idea.
Well, with the Spire now done, we don't have mutas being made just yet, but Zerg's definitely banked up enough.
Yeah. I guess he's waiting to make them all at once, and
I think you're right.
You know, maybe just making sure that he wants to make them.
Well, you know, putting pressure. Okay, there we go. Bam! 14 mutas now being made, and more to come with that.
Yeah. Plus
and
1
this can completely blindside the Protoss, especially with the pressure on the outside of the base like that.
Now, these extra Stargates are just a little bit late. When he first scouted the Spire, I felt like he should have probably thrown those up, because it seems like a very obvious tech switch into mutas. But as is, you know, if he can just keep all his bases alive and not lose too many probes, he's going to be completely fine.
Yeah. So the mutas are now coming out, or as Artosis calls them, mutt-mutts.
Well, at least I'm not like Tasos, who likes to call them mutt-mutt-mutts. I was like, how do you like those mutt-mutts? He's like, it's mutt-mutt-mutt. What?
Oh, no, he's going to lose the Warp Prism.
It's pretty rough. At least he knows that those are on the way.
And keep in mind, while this attack's going on, if let's say everything's brought in over here, this island base.
Well, he needs to get the Nexus Cannon up, that's for sure. And he does.
Okay, now he runs away from those Void Rays.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, not adequate defense here. In fact, let me just be more blunt. No defense up here at this base at all.
Oh, wow. Unpowers those Stargates before the Phoenix is
one here.
Really nice by Leenock so far. He's done a lot, and he's going right into
5 bases?
I love this. Look at this. Leenock's going into 13 Corruptors from here. This is all starting to connect now. You know, it was a weird and rocky early game because of Squirtle's opening build order, but now it's really, I'm getting chills. Leenock's practice is really showing up.
Yeah.
Like, he dealt with everything fine. He went into these mutas and was like, oh, okay, he does perfectly with the mutas. Here he goes in. Oh my god, look at this. Killing off multiple Colossus, it looks like. No, just barely doesn't get that same.
Well, it was a smart move. I mean, the Void Rays weren't right there to defend that. Zerg can keep massing up now.
Dude, I love that he's gone into Corruptors with this right now, and he's...
Well, the mutas are going to have a lot more presence with the Corruptors out.
Well, the thing is, he slowed the Phoenixes down and then grabbed a bunch of Corruptors. So if he hadn't slowed those Phoenixes down, there'd be a lot more Phoenixes right now, which would make the Corruptors not quite as good. Like, we'd probably have 4 more Phoenixes or something right now.
Yeah.
But
right,
as is, like, this is a perfect timing for him to get over here and do some more damage.
All right, he's coming up again now. And this is going to be really tough because the sheer Corruptor presence is enough to be very scary. Void Rays are now powered up. Again,
Nice
keep in mind, Squirtle cannot leave his base right now, and Leenock is on 5 bases to the Protoss's 3. Leenock, by the way, already maxed out.
Yeah, switching into Swarm Host at the moment. You know what? Normally on this map, I wouldn't like. Well, I guess half the time on this map, I wouldn't really like Swarm Host because it'd be so far away. But here, it's kind of close, so the Swarm Host definitely could have some presence.
Yeah, it really could.
Look at this.
Does Zerg actually just win this fight?
I
see a lot of kiting.
Like, it will be held, but he's just trying to kill off a lot of expensive units, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it.
You know, if he can reduce that Void Ray count, that's always very, very nice.
Coming forward now, takes out that Colossus. That's really annoying. I mean, talk about no ground presence, especially with the Swarm Host coming out. I mean, you really need something that's going to have the range, especially when you get enough Swarm Hosts that they just, the Locusts just fill up all the space on the ground to the point where your army can't even get over there to snipe them. Yeah,
the Colossus are so important. Look at this. Squirtle is actually completely tricked. He's continuing to make Phoenixes right now. Phoenix is the last unit he needs. Every Mutalisk died. He's adding more Corruptors, and he's going for Swarm Hosts. Like the amount that Leenock is ahead right now is hard to put into words. He's killed off all the Colossus. Look at this army. 4 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, and 2 Sentries. Not even Parting could kill Swarm Host with that.
And you know what's crazy about it is I don't see how Squirtle can even recover from this. Look at this. Wow, he just even went up here and just unpowered all that. So many Corruptors, by the way.
Damn, Leenock.
Does Leenock just win here? I think he might. Yeah.
It's over. Okay, he brings those up to attack.
I mean, Squirtle opened up brilliantly, but Leenock was able to get right back on his feet and rush
Squirtle's opening. I did.
I really liked it.
I think the main problem is his Oracle flew in, saw the spiral it was still making. He waited until after it was finished and the mutas were almost done to make the 2 additional Stargates.
Yeah.
And from that was all Leenock needed. He was getting 4 bases behind this, and there was no real army presence on the map for Squirtle. Like, Leenock played that fantastically. He's looking in very good shape. I'm super excited to see him against some other players in this group as well.
I think Leenock has a very good shot of being out of this group. After seeing that, that's a tough one, guys. When you're in a rush like that as Zerg, Protoss is in complete control of the game, and then Zerg comes back like that, 5 bases, Protoss can't even get out of his own base.
He did it very calmly.
And that's like the pinnacle of Zerg, is when you see a Zerg player where even if the guy tries to leave his base, he just loses. Because Zerg's in such control of the game.
Well, next map going to be Frost, a very popular pick in Protoss vs. Zerg. Just kind of a standard map overall. It should be a pretty interesting game. I'm excited to see Leenock play again. I'm getting like really kind of, in my head, super hyped about what Leenock's going to be able to pull off this season.
Well, let me tell you something. If he beats Squirtle here, I think Hero will not have an easy time going up against Leenock. The way Leenock looks right now is very impressive.
Even when Leenock's not walking around saying, I've practiced my ass off for this tournament, he's still a threat that can knock anyone out. But, like...
And, guys, don't forget, Leenock's been around for a long time.
Let's see how good he really is right now.
He's been around for a long time, and he is hungry to win a Code S.
Yeah.
Our map's going to be Frost. That was the map picked here by Squirtle. If Leenock wins this, it is going to go to best of 3 number 3. Otherwise, we're going to go to our 3rd game here in this series between Leenock and Squirtle here at the GSL Code